Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are in my 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8 with a Tremec 6-speed manual. This is probably one of the most American cars you can buy on the used market today. And I have now owned this for a year and a half. I cannot believe a year and a half has gone by of ownership with my Challenger, and in that time I have put on 1,647 miles. That is it. I do not drive this car very much, and as you can see, I don't drive it very much. I am still learning the manual transmission. Compared to my Corvette, I do have a C6 Corvette, and quite honestly, this TR6060, and it may just be this application of it, the throws are long, they're not as precise, and the clutch engagement is a little bit stiffer. Here we go. I had to just hang at red line. I did. I'm sorry. I did. I could have shifted, but I wanted to hang at red line. So anyway, this vehicle here, going back to transmission, I'm just going to hit it right off the head. The gears are short in this, and I do appreciate that a ton. It allows you to actually have some fun with a very high power muscle car coupe. It really does. A lot of vehicles you're going to deal with longer gears, and longer gears aren't necessarily very fun, especially for high-powered vehicles, but because by the time you're in second gear, you're already doing 80 miles an hour, and that's honestly not super fun. But this transmission is perfect. I love the gearing on it. The only thing I don't like is how long the throws are and the clutch engagement. The clutch is definitely stiff in this, but the engagement is kind of lackadaisical. It's lazy almost, I want to say. But it fits the character of the car perfect. That is what this car is. You're not destroying corners in this vehicle. You're going 100 miles an hour where you need to go, super fast and super quick in a showy fashion. And that's exactly what this car does. And for the price that I got it, this car is, you know, and it's a bargain for what you get out of a vehicle. Now, yes, the interior is late 2000s American car interior, which that can go for any brand. GM, Ford, they all sucked. They really did, guys. But there are some nice touches in here. I do like the Alcantara. I love the seats. The SRT seats are the best in American performance vehicles. Honestly, some of the best on the market, even so today. I absolutely love them. As far as the rest of the interior goes, you get your heated seats, that's about it. Your electronic stability control off. The first generation of the Uconnect system, which it does have navigation, although I'm not able to pair my phone to Bluetooth, but my phone will connect to Bluetooth to make calls, but I'm not able to connect to Bluetooth to play audio. So again, 2009, that was fixed in later generations with the Uconnect 8.4. We no longer have that issue in newer 2015 and up Challengers. But guys, if you are looking for a Challenger and you don't want to spend a ton of money, the 2009 to 2010 with the 6.1 Hemi is the way to go. I have multiple vehicles now with the 6.1 Hemi. I have a Jeep SRT with the 6.4 Hemi, and to tell you the honest truth, as fast as the 6.4 is, the 6.1 has way more character to it. It is louder, it is a little higher pitched, it revs up faster, It just really has a good characteristic to it. You can actually hear the engine up in front of you. The 6.4, you need an intake and you need an exhaust to feel anything. Otherwise, I've driven that engine stock, and it's not much different than getting into my previous stock 5.7 Hemi Ram trucks. Honestly, that engine needs an. Granted, I do have an intake and I do have an exhaust on here, but out of the box, this engine just had more character to it. And honestly, guys, if you have a manual car, unless you're a professional race driver, which if you really do some spirited driving, you're not buying this vehicle to do track work. You're not buying this vehicle to take it on curves going 25 to 30 miles an hour. That's not what you're buying this vehicle for. If you are, you probably have a Corvette or a Miata, maybe something like that. But this vehicle here is all about burnouts, straight line speed, and who you can essentially smoke off the line. That's really what this car is about. It's brash, it's loud, it's got character. I mean, it is truly a fantastic car, and fitting it with a manual only makes it that much better. I do have a Chrysler 300 SRT with the Mercedes-Benz 5-speed in it. Guys, don't ever buy one of those vehicles. I still own that vehicle because it was one of my first performance cars, and it's my everyday dream car. And that is why I still have it, because I have sentimental value with it. But honestly, the transmission is so bad, I don't think I could ever buy another SRT vehicle, and I'm talking about the V8, without a manual in it. So that left the Challenger. So here we are, a year and a half later. How fun is this car to drive? How is it held up? You know, just all the basic questions. Okay, so my car has 38,000 miles on it. The interior is relatively spotless. There's a tiny bit of wear on the seat right here as you get in, because the side bolsters are so huge. But everything else, the passenger seat, the rear seats have rarely ever been sat in. The dash is perfect. The Uconnect system works great. Everything about it. The sunroof works great. No sag in the headliner. This car has been well taken care of even before me. So I have to. The paint is held up great. Engine bay is fantastic. I have had zero issues with the car in a year and a half, even though I've only put on 1,500 miles or so. But I do have to say, I absolutely love this Challenger. I love how many looks it gets on the road, and I am fairly impressed with its performance. But again, the build quality here, good for the time. Like I said, I haven't had anything go wrong with this vehicle yet. There has been literally nothing. As for my 300, has it needed a new tensioner belt and some stuff like that. Granted, higher mileage, 2 years older. This has needed nothing besides a new set of rear tires, courtesy of myself. Otherwise, this car has been a beast for me. It has been fun to drive. My fiance absolutely loves it. She loves it when I drive it spiritedly, and by spiritedly, I mean getting it a little tail happy once in a while. I don't do that often, but this is a very fun car to get tail happy. It's pretty easy to rev match too. The heel toe shifting on here, I'm just looking at it. My feet, I have size 10 feet. I am wearing wider basketball shoes right now because I'm going to the gym. And even with the wider shoes, it's really tough to heel toe where the pedal placement is. Just honestly comparing it to my Corvette, the C6 is a lot easier to heel toe. Again, precise machine. This is more of a brash, bullish machine that just attempts to mow everything down on the road with 450 horsepower from that 6.1 Hemi. I absolutely love love it. It's a basic engine, not a lot to go wrong with it. The Hemi tick, of course, but I've owned, myself and people in my family, we have owned, I think, 7 Hemis, 7 or 8 now in the last few years, and I have had 0 issues with any sort of Hemi tick. I mean, you're talking about vehicles that aren't properly maintained and vehicles that are super high mileage. And unless you're buying one of these with 120 to 150,000 miles, that is something I honestly wouldn't worry about. And even so, if you are looking at a car with 120,000 miles on it, just make sure the owner did his or her justice with it and kept it up. You know, these 6.1 Hemis are the best Hemi engine ever made, in my opinion, in terms of longevity. And it's kind of put down because of the success of the Hellcat and the success of the 6.4. You know, these engines should not be slept on. They are just fantastic. And in the Challenger, the Hemi fits in really well. The Tremec transmission is very solid. It's been very solid for me. This is a vehicle I learned how to drive stick on, and I have honestly done it very, very well, I would say. Granted, I don't have a ton of miles on it, but I can drive it pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, the clutch engagement is okay, and the shift engagement, while it's a little bit longer, again, once you get used to it, it's not terrible. Yes, there are easier cars to learn how to drive stick on, but this is definitely doable, and you just can't be afraid of it. That's everybody's biggest misconception, is fear of driving the manual, installing it. And guys, I'm here to tell you, stalls happen. They happen frequently, honestly, for some drivers, and it's just a part of learning the manual. And as fun as this is, I would not trade it for any other Mopar, honestly, besides maybe like a Hellcat Hellcat manual, Challenger, or a Viper. But guys, for a $22,000 car, it's tough to beat the performance in here. And you get so much space, you get so much trunk room here. It really is a fantastic car. So let's hop out. I want to show you the exterior before I wrap this video. Here is the exterior of my beautiful black Dodge Challenger SRT8. As you can see, 6.1 Hemi. This is just a gorgeous vehicle. This is actually the exact same vehicle with the ghost stripes used in the Dodge Challenger commercial with George Washington invading the English soldiers, the UK, Great Britain soldiers that tried to invade us during the Revolutionary War. So this is a pretty badass vehicle here to have the press car, one would say, of the Challenger. But this the diamond black, or the brilliant black, my bad, is just exquisite on this car. Again, the grille has held up well, with the exception of some rock chips on the Challenger, which I should replace, and the SRT badge, and the fog lights, which I will eventually replace with some better fog lamps that I have on my 300 that look really well. Brakes look good. These Brembos are just so hard to clean, but again, they look pretty dang good. Like I said, the only thing I needed to change was the rear tires, because I burned the other, well, the other set actually I didn't burn off. They were just so old, and I have 2 different sets of tires on here, which is not good. But I do need to replace these Eagle F1s. The Eagle F1s suck. They are not good tires. But otherwise, everything else, I mean, just look at the paint. Of course, a Challenger, you know, people take care of these really well. For the most part, when people have a lower mileage Challenger, you know it came from a good home. There's really no nicks or anything on this car. It's amazing how great of shape that this vehicle is in. I'm just so blessed that I'm able to own it. I guess there is one nick right there, and that's kind of my own fault for not touching that up. But again, interior wise here, you can see just how great everything looks and how clean everything is. I absolutely love the Challenger SRT badge right there. Alcantara right here. This is really just a badass vehicle. So after a year and a half of ownership, I've had 0 issues with this Challenger. 0. I mean absolutely 0. It's been great. That 6.1 Hemi has been just fantastic here, and it really is a blessing to be able to buy a vehicle like this after all my hard work and ambition to own a Mopar like this has come to fruition. And it's been an enjoyable journey. And here's the heartbeat of the car, the 6.1 liter Hemi V8. You can just see I did add the Spectre cold air intake. Otherwise, this is all stock except the exhaust as well. This is just a beast of a machine. This is the heartbeat of the vehicle. This is what makes Mopar Mopar. And I'm very fortunate here to, again, drive the vehicle. So that's it. 1.5 years of ownership, all great. Everything has been great about this. This car is just the perfect. You could, if you want to daily this car, you can drive it daily. Just get the automatic transmission. Hell, you could even daily this as a manual. It's really not that hard. There's a ton of trunk space. There's a ton of second row space. If you have kids, you can fit them in the back very easily. Even myself as an adult, I could fit back there with ease. Any mid-sized to smaller adults, you can fit back there with ease. So I'm going to leave you with that, everybody. If you want more Mopar content, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.